Let's take a look at their sideboarding list here.
Yeah, we have their sideboard lists with us. Wesley has 2 more copies of Chained to the Rocks to complement the 2 that are in the main board. I think he's actually going to sideboard those out. Aidan hasn't played any creatures. I think Wesley will probably want to bring in 3 Skull Cracks. They not only prevent life gain, they also say the damage can't be prevented. So they're the perfect answer to all of Aidan's fog effects. He also has access to some more burn in 2 more Boros charms to give him just additional reach that doesn't need to use the red zone. So Wesley has a lot of tech in his sideboard that gets him around fog effects.
I'm looking at Aidan's sideboard at the moment, which I see a lot of one-obs. I mean, what would be the point of bringing in Abrupt Decay if you see, for instance, 5 creatures staring you down? Perhaps the Blind Obedience might be of some use here, with creatures that have haste coming into play tapped. I see that the Revoke Existence... getting tongue-tied here. Revoke Existence at 2 mana might be useful.
I think his best bet is to just bring in his 2 Blood Barons, because then he has a creature which, if it comes down and sticks around for long enough, can take the game away from Wesley.
I doubt the Crackling Perimeter is going to see play, but remember that tapping a Guildgate to do 1 damage, does it target creatures?
No, that's only players.
Ah.
That's not going to do a lot for him in this matchup.
We're also not going to see Detention Sphere coming into play.
He might need something just to answer these creatures early on.
Let's hope he draws that Blood Baron.
Yeah, let's hope he draws a few verdicts just to clear this board that Wesley's already developing. Just 2 turns in, he already laid down 3 creatures.
We've got a Legion Loyalist, an Unleashed Cackler, and a Firedrink Crusader.
What Aidan's playing there is Riot Control. For 3 damage, it prevents all damage, and also gains him 1 life for each creature on the battlefield. So he's not only negated Wesley's attack, he's gained himself 3 life in the deal. Wesley looks like he's pointing Stoke the Flames at Aidan's dome, just dealing 4 to the face. That'll be a lot of his plan for this match, I think, where he needs to use direct damage instead of creatures to get around Aidan's fog effects.
We got a brief glimpse of Aidan's hand there, not much information going around though.
Looks like he's got 3 different guild gates down and a Thespian 4 different guild gates down and a Thespian stage. That has the ability to duplicate any other land on the field. I assume that's in there.
That was a Supreme Verdict that we just saw, cleared the field.
Yeah.
Didn't quite catch as many creatures as the game 1 Supreme Verdict,
but it was exactly what Aidan needed.
Yes.
It looks as though Wesley still has a bit more burn in hand, but at the moment he looks like he might be a little bit mana flooded. I know he has a Lightning Strike in hand. Here comes the centerpiece of the deck though, Goblin Rabble Master. This card is filthy. There's just nothing that Wizards has printed in recent history that deals damage the way this thing does.
It's hasty 1/1 Goblin token coming down there. It'll make another token every turn.
Yeah, that means the next turn it's threatening another 6 damage, and the turn after that, 8. Wesley has the Lightning Strike to keep chipping away at Aidan's life total.
We see Aidan untap. What is it that he can do?
Looks like he's playing Uncovered Clues. That allows him to dig for a card that he needs to get himself out of this situation. I'd guess that he's trying to look for... Because what Uncovered Clues does is you flip 2 cards off the top of your deck and you get instants of sorceries. Oh, it's 3 cards, forgive me. 4 cards?
Apparently.
I don't know, I do not know this card very well. It's not one that I'd be inclined to play. It does look...
It's not one that we've seen in Pro Tour top lists, I mean...
If I recall correctly, what it does is it flips 4 cards and you get to choose up to 2 instants of sorceries from among them and put them into hand. Most cases it seems like it'll just be worse than Divination. But he's got himself 2 Druid's Deliverances there, so that's 2 fog effects. Just to blank that Rabble Master for a turn or 2 more.
There's the second token.
Wesley attacks in for 0 damage because Aidan has already cast Druid's Deliverance. Strictly speaking, it would be better to leave his Rabble Master untapped, but I don't think he needs it to block right now. Chandra's Phoenix joins the board for Wesley. That's also very, very strong in this matchup because it can come back after a verdict. If he casts Burn to the Face, he gets it back in hand.
It's always good to have recurring creatures against a control deck, but Aidan is already 1 Supreme Verdict down.
Yeah, Aidan needs to clear this board and do it quickly.
We see the other Druid's Deliverance still in hand.
Yeah, he's able to block another combat step, but he still will need to do something about this board at some stage. Wesley gets his third goblin token.
We see the swing.
Now, that is a swing for 10 damage negated by Druid's Deliverance. That is the Green Gatekeeper. Gains Aidan 7 life. I think he goes up to 16 life with that.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I don't think it's going to be enough, though.
It does. It is a 2/4 though, so it can stop the Rabble Master attacking. Well, it can trade with the Rabble Master rather. So the Rabble Master this turn will be attacking as a 6/2. Probably Aidan's best bet, if he can do it, is just trade with the Rabble Master.
Well, we see the Legion's initiative on the field. We know that everything else that gets left behind after the trade can still be pumped.
Yeah, everything here has additional power. It looks as though Aidan has just fogged the attack, though. Interesting that he chooses to leave Wesley's Rabble Master alive. To me, that suggests that Aidan feels like he can either deal with everything on the board, or that he can just fog every attack from here on in.
Well, that is what the deck is meant to do. I do hope he has another fog effect in hand.
He doesn't have any sort of draw engine in hand, though, so he has no way of drawing a new fog every turn unless he just gets one off the top of his deck. He has 6 mana open here for Wesley's attack step.
We did talk about this deck being able to play cards like Sphinx's Revelation alongside other colored cards, but it looks like another Riot Control comes down.
That is going to gain Aidan 7 life, 8 life, because of this Ruly Gatekeeper, so that'll gain him 8 life, and it will prevent combat damage here.
We do see a Boros charm, though.
Yeah, Wesley's going to burn him down. I don't have the life totals on hand, but Aidan, I think, is safe for now, although the damage that Wesley threatens with every combat step is now enormous. That Rabble Master's power is insane. He's going to make a 6th token, and including the pump from the Legion's initiative, it will be attacking as a 9/2 alongside.
Oh, we see a Cyclonic Rift coming down.
Aidan does not have 7 mana to overload it. He only has 6 untapped mana. This is like I was saying earlier. A lot of his lands come into play tapped, which unfortunately
we see him Cyclonic Rifting the Goblin Rabble Master, I believe.
Yeah, that's what he's done.
Perhaps
however,
he blocks with
the Rabble Master has already got a lot of friends out there, and Wesley can just recast it, pre-combat even.
Perhaps he should have waited for the combat step for that.
Yeah, perhaps he should have. I think actually no, he was in combat at that time.
Ah, okay. Well, we do see the Cerulean Gatekeeper taking a block for one of the Goblin tokens.
In Aidan's shoes, I'd have traded it with a Rabble Master many turns ago. It seems that we're out of footage now, so we're going to have to just go from our notes about how the rest of this game went. Basically, Aidan ran out of fogs and Wesley killed him.
Unfortunate end, but a 2-0 win to Wesley Lamprecht.